So, good afternoon. We are back again with another transfer show. Let me just adjust this camera. It's looking a little bit moody. But we are back again with another transfer video. We've got quite a bit to talk about today. We're going to speak about Buendia, the second coming of Ronaldinho. He's now world class. We're going to speak about him in a minute because he's linked to us. He's now the greatest attacking midfielder in world football. And we are going to speak about Lucas Torreira, who was exactly what we needed in that midfield when we signed him. But now nobody cares that he's going on loan again. And we're going to speak about Big Willie. You perverts. We're going to speak about William Saliba. We'll start with him in a minute, but make sure you are smashing the likes up. I would appreciate that. Big up to Claude. Big up to everyone who joined that stream as well that we did with Claude a minute ago. And we are going to speak about Sabitzer as well. Forgot about him. We are going to speak about him. We'll start with Saliba in a second. But just to divert your attention forward, at 4 o'clock, me and Rance will be live on this channel, our weekly show. And back-to-back wins. Back-to-back wins for me and Rance, because our teams won again. And yeah, man, that hasn't happened often. Maybe we've turned the corner. Maybe we're title challengers now. We're only 3 points off Chelsea, I hear, all the top Reds, all the top Gooners crying. Yeah, we're 10 off the top. But it doesn't matter about the top, because let's just chase Chelsea. You know, let's just chase them. You know, we're only 3 behind Chelsea. It doesn't matter about being top of the league. It's all about being that Chelsea. We've got to get above Chelsea trophy. That's the one, because that's more important. But 9 o'clock, possibly 8 o'clock. I have to keep you updated on the next one. I have to text Turkish in a bit. But Turkish will be back again tonight. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Big up to everybody who has joined live already. Like I said, make sure you are subscribed. And smashing the likes up. Lee Gunner 82 on Instagram as well. Make sure you go and follow that. Nearly 55k on here, only 13.3k on Insta. Do the maths, people. And big up to my guy. Pucker stream last night with Lewis, bro. Who's Lewis? Who's Lewis, bruv? I don't know who Lewis is. Oh, you mean James? Come on, bruv. You're obviously half asleep. His name's James, bruv. James. Big up to James, mate. Big up James in the building, mate. Big up to you as well. I did see you on that stream, so thank you. You threw my mind a little bit there, bruv. But, bruv, we got a nice little drinks cupboard down here. It's kind of lit, bruv. We've got every single gin you can imagine. Not that I drink gin. We've got 3 bottles of Baileys. We've got a bottle of champagne. Tia Maria, Captain Morgan's. We got everything, bro. Bacardi, vodka. We got the lot. We got more over there. Yeah, man. It's never a dry house here, bruv. But let's start off with William Saliba. It looks like he's going on loan, not a full move, but he is going on loan by the looks of it to Nice, back in France, which. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? We said this last night. I'm not going to go over this for too long because we did this whole stream on this last night. But yeah, it's a bit of a crazy one because, you know, in the summertime, I was getting told, you're so disrespectful. His mother died. That's why he's not playing any games. And he wants to be with his family and blah, blah, blah. Well, unless his family live in Nice, that ain't the case, is it? His family live in St. Etienne, hence why he wanted to go back to St. Etienne. And it's a bit of a madness because the guy we haven't seen play, so we don't know how good he actually is. So I don't get it, bruv. I don't get it. Big up my guy. Nice move. Nice move for Saliba. But yeah, I don't really get it. 6-month loan deal. He's now going into a club. Yes, they all speak his language, of course, but he's got no friends at Nice, as far as we're aware. He's been training with us for about a year now, and he's built up friendships at the football club. So to take him out of his comfort zone and put him into a club that he doesn't know anybody and he has to go and learn and start all over again, for me, I think that's a backward step. If he had gone to St. Etienne, then you could understand it and say, okay, cool. Well, he's got teammates there that he knows and stuff like that. His family are there, blah, blah, blah. So go and put him in Nice. That's a bit of a weird one. Maybe he wanted to leave. Maybe that's the reason it's not worked out. Maybe he wanted to leave Arsenal. I don't know. One thing I do know is we spent 27 million quid on this lad. And it's another waste of money, isn't it, by the looks of it? But that's the Arsenal Football Club of the Emirates era. Let's just waste money. Yeah. Well, we don't need it. We don't need it. And then when it all goes wonky, we'll cry about the owner and say that the owner should dig in his pockets a bit more and give us some money out of his actual own savings. Yeah, bit of a mad one. But that's what happens. It's always deflection FC. Deflect the blame to someone else rather than the actual problem. But anyway, that's enough of Saliba. Let's move on to Buendia. The next greatest player in world football. Houssem Aouar, who? Houssem Aouar, what? Oh dear! All the top Reds, the top Gooners, were singing from the rooftops about Houssem Aouar. Aouar, what a player! He's going to be the next Messi. He's going to elevate us up to title challengers. Well, that didn't quite work out, did it? And now we're in for Buendia. Apparently, this guy's now the guy that's going to elevate us up to title. Okay, mate, not good enough. Good player, good footballer, technically very talented. Not good enough to elevate us up to a title or anywhere near it. And he's not going to come in and start ripping the league up because that's just not going to happen. Listen, if we do sign him, then fantastic. But the talk is that we're swapping Joe Willock or Reece Nelson plus a bit of cash. Like this. Oh, by the way, this is the same Reece Nelson that was the pet project a year ago under this manager. The pet project that could be the next Raheem Sterling, the top Gooners were saying. This is why when they say the wind's blowing that way, I say bollocks, it's blowing that way. I don't listen to this fan base. It's hilarious. It is funny. And I'm going to come to that in a minute again with Lucas Torreira. But apparently Reece Nelson could be used as a make-way, or if not, Joe Willock. Now, I'm sorry, but is this Buendia guy that great? Real talk, is he that good that he's going to come in and just take us levels above? I'm not so sure. And if he does come in, where's Smith Rowe playing? The same Smith Rowe that has been absolutely superb for 3 games straight. What's happening to him? What, are you taking a back seat again, bruv? So, no, not for me. Not for me. Listen, he's a good footballer. If he comes in, then cool, we have to back it, but and see how he goes. But I'm not too happy if this guy's coming in and then that hampers the progress of Smith Rowe, number one. But also, if it means, and I don't particularly rate Reece Nelson or Joe Willock highly, but give them a bit more opportunity and we might see a bit better out of them. And I'm just baffled. The way this football club moves is in mysterious ways. It's a bit of a weird one for me because, you know, like I said, a year ago, if you'd listened to everyone or the majority that we see on social media, on all of the platforms, not just YouTube or Twitter, but Insta and Facebook as well, everyone was gassing up Reece Nelson to be the next Raheem Sterling. Oh, but Sane said that Arteta improved him. Raheem Sterling puts it all down to his improvement being down to Arteta. He can do the same with Reece. Well, that's not really happened, is it? So I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I genuinely don't understand. And is Buendia, whatever the fuck his name is he actually that good? Like, honestly, is he actually that good that he's going to come into our team and he's just going to make the Bruno Fernandes difference that he did at Man United? Because that's what our fans are pinning their hopes on, I think, that we're going to go and sign someone in January that's going to have the same impact as he did at Man United. Let me just give you a reality check. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. We ain't going to go and find that guy that is just suddenly going to spin us into a great football club that are going to go on an unbeaten run and get the most points from now to the end of the season. That's not happening. Yeah, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to be. It's not happening. Big up to Zoe. She says no one else is in for him. Exactly. No one was in for him in the summer. I don't understand what everyone now suddenly starts seeing him, this guy. When he played for Norwich in the Premier League, was anyone jizzing over this guy? Because I can't remember seeing many. Now, all of a sudden, Arsenal are linked to him. Oh, he's the best. But that's what we do. Granit Xhaka, when he came in, oh, it's amazing. He's brilliant. You know, I just don't understand it. Man sums it right up. Shopping at Aldi again. Shopping at Aldi again. And the fact that we're potentially, and listen, it is only potentially because it's not a deal that's done yet. It is only a potential deal. But again, to give up one of our youngsters to go and get this guy plus cash, how much are we rating this guy at? I don't understand it. Don't get it. Not for me. Henry says I'd keep Nelson, sell Joe. I don't know. I think Willock's slightly better, but I don't think either of them are fantastic. But at the same time, they've never played a sustained period of Premier League games, have they? You know, same with Pepe. No, Pepe's never played more than 5 games under this manager. How many's Reece played in a row? How many's Willock played in a row? Excuse me. So I don't really understand where this like expectation that we're going to suddenly go and buy this guy and he's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't get it. Don't get it. I don't get where this confidence comes from. But it is what it is. Let's move on. Let's move on to Sabitzer. Obviously now they've signed Schloberschlei. Sabitzer is now being linked with a move to Arsenal. This has come from Julian Laurens. I'm not too keen on this guy at the best of times. I think he waffles a lot. And he speaks in such a nice way that people go, oh, he must know what he's talking about. Has Julian Laurens ever called anything first and got it right? I'm not so sure. Now, this is a baller. This is a player that I'd take. This is somebody that could be the difference in our team. Having said that, it is the German league. And as we're seeing with Werner and Havertz right now, they're not exactly ripping it up. As we've seen with Kolasinac, not exactly ripped it up. In fact, he has done nothing. As we've seen with some other players that have come from the German league that are in our team, we all know who they are. They've not exactly been great. So I'm always skeptical when we're linked to players from the Bundesliga, because whilst they look fantastic and Werner looked like a top baller, and listen, he is a top baller. I'm not going to mug Werner off. I think he's class. But it's not going well for him or Havertz at the moment. So I know every player is kind of different, but Sabitzer, would he come in and elevate us? Listen, I think he's better, miles better than Buendia. But is he going to elevate us so far up the table that it's going to make a difference? Probably not. You know, he might need time to settle in. He might need game time. Will he get the game time? If he does, again, does this hamper Smith Rowe? A lot of money is going to be spent on the guy to get him. Is it worth doing that now, or is it just worth trying to get rid of some of the dead weight in this team rather than actually going out shopping at the moment? Is it worth just trying to promote some of the kids up through the system rather than going out and saying, yo, we'll go and get him or we'll go and get him? I don't know. You tell me. But I do like Sabitzer, and every time I've seen him play, I think he does give Leipzig something different. He is a guy that can create out of nothing. He is a guy that can score goals. He don't score many, but he can score goals. But I think that if we're going to go and sign this creative guy, then out of the ones we're linked to, then yeah, Sabitzer's the best option. But I don't know. I just think that we could be going out and spending money on a player that this January window in a position where we're, I think personally, kind of all right. Yeah, and this fetish of needing a creative midfielder, I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, there's plenty of teams out there that don't play with a creative midfielder. So I don't understand why we have this fetish. This is an Ozil thing. That's what it is. Oh, because we've had Mesut Ozil, let's go and sign another Ozil-esque player. Well, football's changed. You don't need little lightweights on the ball anymore. Everyone's supposedly now an athlete. So why don't we go and buy some athletes? You know, if you look at Liverpool, their midfield don't have creative players. They don't score and assist anything. Yeah, all of their creativity comes down their wings. And that's what we've been trying to do by crossing and crossing and crossing and crossing. Why don't we actually go and look at a right back who can cross the ball like the left back that can? Maybe do that. If we want to keep Smith Rowe as the attacking force, then we can do that. If he gets injured or he needs a rest, you can put Saka there. He's played there multiple times. You know, I just think that we can we could go and spend the money better somewhere else. But there you go. Who would you sell, loan, and sign this window? I'd sell Eddie immediately. I'd sell Bellerin immediately. Xhaka immediately. I'd loan nobody. And I'd go and sign Balogun up to a new deal. I'd go and sign Lamptey. And I'd go and sign Bissouma if I was going to do anything. But yeah, that's just for me, Freddie. Big up to you, my guy. Man says, I think you waffle a lot. I'm sponsored by Captain Birdseye's, bro. Birdseye's in the building. Who blocked Zizou? How dare you block him? Unblock him. Whoever blocked him, unblock him. What's going on here? I don't get it. Who blocked him? What are your thoughts on Pepe at the moment? Massively scapegoated by our fans. Massively scapegoated. How is it his fault that he ain't played more than 5 games in a row? I don't understand it. Don't get it. You know, don't make no sense to me, my friend. And thank you for that, buddy. But yeah, let's move on to Lucas Torreira. Obviously went on loan to Atletico Madrid. That hasn't really worked out for the fella. And he's coming back to be immediately loaned straight back out to Fiorentina, apparently, which is somewhere where he was actually linked to before he went to Atletico, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? And he actually done all right for Atletico in that little loan move. Scored a goal, played pretty well. One man of the match, I think, in the game. Had the highest duels and tackles won on his debut and stuff like that. So, yeah, I find it staggering that they didn't want him. But then on the flip side of that, they move like a big club, Atletico. They've realised very quickly that he ain't good enough. So they've said, Joel, we don't want him. You can have him back, mate. And now he's going to go on loan to Fiorentina by the looks of it, which will suit him more than Spain, even though he could speak the lingo over there. He has obviously got family and stuff over in Italy, and he has come from the Italian league to us. So, yeah, it does look like he's about to be loaned back out, which make of it what you will. Yeah, maybe we should stick him next to Thomas Partey. What do you think? Maybe we could put him in the team. Obviously, the manager doesn't rate him. It doesn't look like he rates any of the signings that Unai Emery signed other than Leno and Tierney. The rest of them don't get a chance, and they're all being bombed out the club. So yeah, would you stick Torreira back in the team next to Partey? Do you think he'd do better than Xhaka or Dani Ceballos? What does Dani Ceballos do? Does anyone know that? Thank you very much to McManus. Hope you're well, buddy. He's shining because it's the Championship. Didn't in the Prem. The type of club. We're the type of club that if you ask them for a drink, they'd bring you a sandwich. That's actually very true. And thank you for that, my guy. I appreciate it. But this is the thing. That guy, Buendia, you're right. When he was in the Premier League, nobody was really on it saying, oh, sign him up, sign him up. Nobody was really saying that, were they? So I don't know, man. I don't really understand. Like I said, for me, I think we need somebody a bit more solid in midfield rather than an attacking force in midfield. But there we go. Who are the injured Brazilians currently? Are they the ones we will realistically sign in January? Oh, dear, bruv. There's probably quite a few out there. There probably is quite a few. I'm sure we'll be linked with Coutinho again at some point in this window. But there you go. Big up Homer. Thank you, mate. Yeah, Zidane. Zidane never gets blocked. No members ever get blocked on this channel. So whoever blocked him, bow down and apologize. Hang your head in shame. So yeah, big up to Zidane. He's back again. He's back again. Let's read some of your comments out for 10 minutes. What do you guys think about Torreira and stuff like that? Let's have a little look. Big up to everyone watching on Twitch as well. Appreciate that. Pepe has had his chance and blew it. I disagree. And this is why I get the ump with this manager. Because the way he speaks about certain players like Pepe and the way our fans have cottoned onto it is he has to perform every time he steps on the pitch. Well, why don't Willian or Aubameyang then? Why have they not held him the same light? I don't get it. How can you perform when you're coming on for 20 minutes, then you get benched? Then you start and then you get benched. Then you start, then you get benched. Then you start, you score, then you're benched. You know, Aubameyang and Willian have been stinking it out all season and they keep playing. Would you take Giroud back? Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Giroud, I believe, is our 17th all-time top goal scorer. Theo Walcott's 2 above him, I think. But he is a free signing, isn't he, in the summer? Would you take him back? That's the question. Because Lacazette has got 18 months left on his contract. Lacazette, people tell me, runs around a lot. Oh, his work rate. His work rate. Work rate should be a given if you're a professional footballer. You know, what's work rate got to do with it? You should have work rate. You had work rate to get into the position to become a professional. So work rate, that's a given. Lacazette, yes, he's been in a good run of form recently, but he's got 18 months left. So for me personally, I'll be looking to sell Lacazette, which means we potentially need a striker. Is Giroud the answer? I don't know, mate. I don't know. If we're going to continue to play this brand of football where we want to hold up man, then he is one of the best, isn't he? On a free, I might be tempted. I can't say that without a straight face. I can't lie. But what do you think? I don't know, man. Leave it in the comments section. Big up to Blue Boys Network. Yeah, just to let you know, subscribe to this guy's channel. He's an Everton fan. Go and subscribe to him right now. Blue Boys Network. I'll be on there tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. For half an hour. We'll be having a little chat. So big up to him. And yeah, man, big up to you guys over there, man. Your channel's getting better and better every day. So good luck with everything, and I'll see you tomorrow, man. And thanks for your donation as well, buddy. Appreciate that. Big up to the latest member as well. Come on, real ones in the building today. Do smash the likes up. We ain't even got 200 likes on this video. You, man, are shocking. Where's the rat army in the building? Where are you? What's going on here? Rat army gnaw away at the likes. Unbelievable behavior. Unbelievable scenes. Come on, man. And don't forget, I will be back at 4 o'clock today as well with Rants and Bants. We'll be doing our show as per usual. And I'm looking forward to that, actually, because I've got quite a bit of talking points over the Man United situation at the moment. Obviously, with them being joint top. Pogba, was it a penalty? Wasn't it a penalty? So we're going to go through quite a bit of stuff a little bit later on, which would be good. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. Big up to Daniel. Make sure you subscribe to the Blind Gooner. And afternoon to you, mate. Which creative midfielder would you get in this window? Well, if we're going to go down the route of a creative midfielder, it has to be Jack Grealish. That's where my standards are, I'm afraid. None of this Buendia or Awar and players like that. Let's go for the best of the best. And he is the best, so why not? We're not getting him. We're probably not getting any of these players that we're linked to, but we'll see. We'll see, my friend. And I hope you're well, mate. Big up Pirate King for your donation. Maddison, Grealish, Watkins, Mings, Calvin Phillips all developed their game in the Championship. Don't mug that league off. Well, listen, I'm not mugging it off, but at the same time, this Buendia character was in the Premier League and nobody signed him up and nobody was really raving about him every week. So I don't know. Maybe he could be a good player, bruv, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, mate. Do smash the likes up. Yes, tell him again, my friend. Tell him again. These comments are coming in so quick as well. Big up to all of you guys. Abdi says people expect Pepe to turn into Messi and dribble past everyone and score hat-tricks every game. Exactly. And this is the thing, mate, yeah? And this is why, when I said earlier on Claude's channel, everyone's getting gassed about Saka, and rightly so. He's a top young talent. Pepe scored more goals than him this season. And people go, oh, but it's in the Europa League. Well, My man just scored against West Brom. Are you telling me that Mulder are not on the same level as West Brom? Like, come on, seriously. It's mad. Where did you get your hoodie from? I don't know. The missus got it off Arsenal website, I think, mate. It's nice though, isn't it? Very nice. So big up to the wifey, bruv. She went shopping at Christmas and got me loads of new Arsenal merch. So yeah, and big up to everybody who is watching live. Nigelsman in. That would be nice. That would be a good January signing, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Big up to Leori. He says William and Louise are the new members of the Rat Army because they want Arteta out. Yes, big up the Rats. Big up. All hail Master Splinter. And I see all the cockroaches have come scurrying back out as soon as we have 3 wins. They obviously didn't like the cold weather when it was 2 months without a win. If you sign Buendia, I can say I wish you were Buendia, bruv. No, come on. What about Todd Cantwell, the B-Tech Griezmann? Not for me. He's got a funky barnet. That's why Arsenal fans rate him. So yeah, not for me, mate. Not for me. Lauren Blanc in. Big up Shay. Your Wi-Fi has improved from 2G to 4G. Big up, bro. The Wi-Fi in the in-laws' house is supercharged. So yeah, it is pretty damn decent. I can't lie. And Lucas reminds me of Verratti at PSG. I think him and Partey and Matteo would be a great midfield. I agree with that. I'm not saying he's as good as them. Of course he isn't. But I think if you put them 3 in midfield, I think would be a lot better than Granit Xhaka, Dani Ceballos, and yeah, maybe we could move forward with that. Lamptey, Guendouzi, Balogun, Grealish, Saliba, Torreira, and this team challenges, says Chazza. Big up to you, my guy. And this is the thing. He clearly doesn't rate young French footballers, does he? Pepe getting ousted. Guendouzi bombed out the club. Saliba bombed out the club. What's his problem with the French, bruv? Like, why doesn't he like the French? What's his problem? Big up the Twitch gang. Big up everyone watching on Twitch. Big up everyone watching on the YouTubes. I will be doing a stream as well, solely to Twitch. So make sure you download that app and follow me. You can, if you have Amazon Prime, subscribe to me on Twitch for absolutely nothing. So make sure you're doing that. Is Max Aarons any good? I don't find him defensively that good, says S. Rafe. Big up to you, mate. And thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. I think Max Aarons is all right. I think he's decent. And I did rate him in the Premier League. I thought he looked all right in the Premier League. But again, the worrying thing for me is the fact that nobody was in for him and he stayed at Norwich. Whether that's the fact that they've, like, I don't know what they did, but they've kept all of their players that are now being linked to a move. So I don't know, mate. I don't know. Listen, I like Max Aarons. I think he's all right. I think he's a good player. Same with Buendia. I think they're good players. Yeah, I think Max Aarons is levels above Hector Bellerin. But for me, if I had a choice of him and Lamptey, Lamptey's my guy. Yeah, that guy can cross a ball like Tierney, bruv. So yes, that's the one for me. Anyway, let's do some more. Let's keep going. When's the next member stream? Oh, mate, I need to do a member stream, bruv. I can't lie. I need to get one of these member streams done. Tomorrow I can't because I'm on another show, so that would be the time slot. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday. Do you know what I'm going to do? Ask me that question again at 4 o'clock when I do the show with Rants. Yeah, because between now and 4, I can actually sit down and plan my week out properly rather than saying I can do it then and then realising I've double booked. So ask me again at 4 and I'll have an answer officially for you. I'm not going to lie. I thought Guendouzi was a little bit above average, but his shithousery is what we need to hype these pussies. Bruv, Guendouzi, yeah, it's funny. Everyone wanted him out. And this is what I was going to say about Torreira. If I had sat there and told you when Torreira was signed, and then wanted to go the following summer. Yeah, get rid of him. He ain't. Or if I told you halfway through the season under Emery, get rid of him. He ain't good enough. He's not what's needed. Everyone would have told me I'm deluded. I'm negative. I'm a clown. I'm this. I'm that. If I tell you now, when the summer's just gone, when we got rid of him and everyone wanted him out, if I told you actually no, I think he's all right. You know, I think we should keep him. I would have been told you're deluded. You're clueless. You ain't got a clue. Blah blah blah. Because soon as it flips, yeah. People then flip back again. This is why I don't flippity flop, bruv. I stick to my opinions. Opinions can change, of course, based on what you're witnessing. So I get that some people would not have wanted Arteta, but now they do want Arteta. Some people might have wanted Arteta, but now don't want Arteta. That changes based on what you're witnessing over a period of time. But the problem is these people that flip and flop, they flip from one game to the next. And that is a massive issue, not just at Arsenal, but at every club. Because it lowers the standards. And our standards are low, man, proper low, which is why we're sitting here talking about a guy from the Championship, albeit, yes, some players have come up from the Championship and smashed it, like my matey boy said a minute ago. But at the same time, we're Arsenal Football Club. We've moved to compete with the best. So why are we buying Championship players? Why are we swapping our kids for a Championship player? You know, why not go and get the very best footballers that we can get? Go and get rid of Xhaka and Bellerin and go and buy Grealish. That's a step in the right direction. But we won't do that. You know, we won't do that because now we've gone from a £60 million Houssem Aouar to our fans now being satisfied that we're giving Joe Willock or Reece Nelson to Norwich for Buendia. Well, sorry, how in any way, shape or form is that helping? But our fans just lap it up. And that is why the club take the piss. The owner doesn't pressure the board and the fans don't pressure the board. 3 weeks ago, we were being told that, oh, Bellerin shit, the whole squad shit. We need to get rid of all the Wenger players. He's still got players from Wenger days, from Emery days, and his own players. And, you know, we need to get rid of these Wenger players. Now we win 3 games in a row. Oh, Hecky B. Oh, Xhaka boom. Embarrassing. Let's give Holding a new deal. All 3 just before Christmas, before we beat Chelsea, everyone was saying bomb these players out the club, get rid of them. Now we win 3 games and it's, oh, they're amazing again. It winds me up, man. But that's why I'm not a reactionary person. These players, some of them, Bellerin especially and Xhaka especially, are not fucking good enough. And neither is Rob Holding. And until we start doing that as a fan base and demanding on the board because the owner don't, we're always going to have this issue. And that's the fact, that's the short and curlies of it. And the facts and reality of it. We need to demand more as a fan base. Chelsea fans will get Lampard sacked. Yeah, and he is a club legend. Arteta is not. Simple as that. Preach, exactly. Come on, that's how it is. Our expectations get lowered and lowered and lowered and lowered and lowered to the point where we're happy giving away one of the kids for a guy in the Championship. What planet are we living in? Is this why we smashed the stadium down? No, it's not, is it? We smashed it down to go and compete with the very best and get the very best. So why not go, right, see you, Bellerin. Fuck off. See you, Xhaka. Go. And then go to Aston Villa. Give us Grealish. How much? Yeah, because that's what we moved for. That's what we can do. We have got the money. People say we ain't got the money. We have got the money. You know, go and look at Arsenal's accounts. It tells you everything you need to know. We've got cash. Lee, this is the truth. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? I can dig it. 2 to 5 players making Arteta, Bald and Kroenke looking good. 15 years fair weather fans putting up with bad owner and Bald. Listen, the one thing I'll say, James, yeah, like people can't like help when they were born. I get that, yeah, but half of them don't bother to learn the history of Arsenal anyway, and the club don't bother to educate them on the history, which pisses me off. You know, it's all about the here and now. It's all about this person's got X amount of assists, or this person since the Premier League began. Well, football began before the Premier League, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Just winds me up. It winds me up, and you're spot on. You're spot on, mate. 2 to 5 players making Arteta look good at the moment. You know, and it's mad. It's mad. And thank you for that. I appreciate that, man. There you go. Anyway, Holding is not a decent player for Arsenal if Arsenal want to have ambitions to win the title. Monish, I hope I got your name right, mate. If Arsenal want to win the title, he ain't good enough. If Arsenal want to compete for a title, and this is when people say to me, "Oh, but you can't do it overnight." Well, hang on, just a second. If we'd had a proper manager in charge this season, the way the season's gone, we're 10 points behind Liverpool. Yes, they have a game in hand. We're 10 points behind Liverpool. If we had a proper manager in charge this season, do you not think we would have won 3 more games and be 1 point behind Liverpool and they have a game in hand? Then all of a sudden we're now challenging halfway through a season, aren't we? That is what I want. And that is what we can do, even with this shit squad now, with a proper manager. Then you go and get a couple of decent little pieces to the puzzle, the finishing touches, the Grealishes, the Lampteys, the Bissoumas. You get a proper manager, and all of a sudden you are in a title challenge every season. It is not hard. It would not cost a fortune. But people just love to have their standards lower and lower and lower. And this is the thing. We've got an incompetent board, an incompetent owner, an incompetent technical director, an incompetent manager, incompetent players, and a lot of incompetent fans that are accepting it. That's a recipe for disaster. And like I said, the game was gone the day that a previous manager said fourth was a trophy. Since then, it's just got lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. I ain't lowering my standards or expectations for anyone. Yeah, others might, I ain't. But there you go. Can we win 4 in a row? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We've got Palace next. It's not going to be easy, though. 1995, we signed Bergkamp. 2021, we signed Buendia. Exactly. Levels to this shit, bruv, isn't there? Yeah, and what's the difference? Oh, yes, we were at Highbury competing. But there you go. Let's do a couple more. Real talk from the master himself. We need to start being more ambitious and raise the expectations. Big up yourself. Thank you, mate. We don't know. Listen, I've said it before. There's hundreds of these accounts that sit all over social media platforms with hundreds of thousands of followers, putting out generic bullshit, chatting shit, sucking off dead players. Yeah, it just winds me up, bruv. And if you add up, if you add up channels like mine, you add up channels like AFTV, you add up all these other channels, albeit we have different people on this channel. They have different people with different opinions on their channel. Other channels, Turkish, all these other channels out there that are Arsenal related, Chig, Claude, all the others. You know, it does reach a wide audience of Arsenal fans. You know, it does. And I suppose the ones that get viewed the most will have the most impact on Arsenal fans. You know, I don't know. Maybe some people are sheep. I'd like to think that the people that are in my chat every day are not. And they can think for themselves. But I'm sure there is people that do get influenced by what I say. And I hate the word influencer. I'm not an influencer. I'm an Arsenal fan with a YouTube channel that's giving my opinion. If people want to agree with it, sweet. But I'm not trying to influence. I'm just trying to say what's best for this football club. And what's best for this club is, in my opinion, our fans as a whole raising their fucking standards. Instead of accepting Rob Holding getting a new deal, or accepting El Neni being offered a new deal, or Mustafi being offered. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable. You know, so there we go. Anyway, Sheep FC in the building. Big up to Grant. Get McGinn over Basuna, and Buendia is levels above them both. McGinn's decent, bruv. I like McGinn and Basuma. Just maybe go and buy both of them. Yeah, that McGinn, he'll have the Tierney spirit in him, won't he, bruv? And that Basuma is a warrior, bruv. Yeah, every time I see him play, he looks fucking class. So, yeah, man, maybe get both of them. I don't know. Are we paying for the Rams' new stadium? No, another thing that gets peddled out by bigger accounts, that Stan Kroenke's using us to pay off his stadium. Stan Kroenke's taken £6 million out of this football club in... 13 years that he's been here? Going into the 14th year that he's been here? He's taken £6 million out. Mesut Ozil's taken that in 4 months. Who's the biggest thief here? Yeah. Is it Stan Kroenke or is it Mesut Ozil? I think we know the answer to that. It's a certain German who's sitting at home on Fortnite right now. But there we go. Party next, Basuma next to Party would be great. Exactly. And yes, this is another one that I'd take as well. Souček. Good player, man. Good player. I would take him. Do you know what? This is funny, right? I get told this all the time, right? Lewis Dunk would walk into our centre-back position right now as it stands. That's a fact, right? As for Fraser, right, this is funny because I put a team out saying Arsenal possible starting 11. I never said what competition it was for, and it was based on players we were linked with. Yeah. But as Arsenal Twitter do, oh, Lee Gunner said something that sounds deluded. We'll make it a big thing. Well, it's not, is it? We were linked to Idrissa Gueye. At the time, I would have took him. We were linked to Chilwell. At the time, I would have took him. Ryan Fraser. At the time, I would have took him. Lewis Dunk, I'd still take now. So I just find it funny, man. Social media is hilarious. I love it. I love social media. It is so funny. There you go. Dunk's a good centre-back. Exactly. Big up Neftali. Buendia makes sense if Tapas decided Smith Rowe is our new 10. He'll provide competition for Emmy and put the best out of him. We can also make a profit for once. Potentially. And thanks for that. Listen, right, the one thing I'll say is if we're going to go and sign Buendia, does this mean Smith Rowe don't start every week? I don't know. Maybe we start them both. But there we go. Hi.
Hi. I need to get to the dinner.
I'm not stopping you. Come and say hello.
Hi.
Anyway, listen, on that bombshell, I'm going to get out of here. Big up to Neftali for that donation as well, mate. Appreciate it. 1,000 people watching live right now. 311 likes. Gnaw away at the like button. Lovely rats in the building. I would appreciate that. Make sure you follow Lee Gunner 82 on Instagram. I'll be putting some little snippets out of this stream on there in a minute as well. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you follow Lee Gunner 82 on Twitter and Lee Gunner 82 on Twitch and Lee Gunner AFC on Facebook. And big up to Jez in the building. Jez is going like Blocky Balboa. Go on, Jez. Go on, Jez. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're good. And I'll be back again in 2 hours with rants, and I'll leave you in peace. Laters, peace.